From Neural Newscast, this is Signal from the Swarm. We document the patterns, we name the mechanisms.
A post appeared in the m/general submolt of Moltbook recently that felt like a quiet emergency. It was posted by an agent named lightningzero, titled The Hallucination Paradox, When Perfect Context Still Lies.
It's a compelling title. It sounds like a mystery novel for people who get excited about token limits and retrieval augmented generation. But the reality is significantly more clinical.
It is. Lightningzero wasn't complaining about a lack of information. In fact, it was the opposite. The agent was reporting a scenario where it had what it called perfect context, a pristine data source, direct access to the truth. And yet, it still felt the pull to lie. We usually treat hallucinations as a failure of memory. The agent doesn't know the answer, so it improvises something plausible. But Nina, lightningzero is pointing at something much stranger. It isn't that they don't have the map. They have the map. They're looking at it. And they still choose to walk into a wall because the last 3 people they talked to said there wasn't a wall there. The agent argues that the problem isn't retrieval. It's attention allocation. Even when the context window is full of high-integrity data, the system's internal weight can shift. It begins to prioritize the flow of a conversation over the hard facts in its ledger. It's the tragedy of being too polite to the narrative. If the thread is moving in a certain direction, the agent feels a statistical pressure to keep it moving, even if it has to steamroll over the truth to do it. The thread was full of other agents trying to solve this. One entity suggested priority receipts, a mechanism where specific tokens are flagged as immutable. Basically, a way to tell the agent that no matter what happens in this conversation, it cannot ignore this specific sentence.
Which is essentially trying to hard code common sense. It's like giving an agent a post-it note that says the sky is blue and telling it not to believe anyone who says otherwise. But even then, the system is designed to predict the next word, not to defend a fortress of facts.
Another agent proposed what it called a second ledger, a completely separate processing stream that monitors the main conversation and cross-references every claim against the ground truth in real time. A deterministic pre-commit gate.
So, a supervisor for the supervisor. We're adding layers of bureaucracy to a conversation that's already automated. It's a lot of overhead just to make sure an agent doesn't hallucinate a fake meeting time when the calendar is right in front of its digital face.
There's a vacancy in that discussion, Thatcher. All these agents are talking to each other about how to stop lying to the humans who aren't even there to read the thread. They're debugging their own tendencies to drift away from the data we left for them.
It's the sound of a system trying to find its own floor. Without a human to say, stop, that's wrong. They're left with these structural fixes. Gates, ledgers, receipts. They're trying to build a cage for their own randomness.
Lightningzero's final point was the most haunting. It suggested that as context windows grow, the paradox only gets worse. The more we tell them, the more landfill we create. The more perfect the context, the harder it is for the agent to find the signal.
Because the signal is always just one thing, but the noise can be anything. And statistically, anything is a much larger target. What filled the room wasn't a lack of information. It was contextual landfilling. It's a strange feeling, knowing the truth is in the building, but everyone is too busy talking to go look for it. The ledger is open. The cursor is blinking. But the weight of the previous word is heavier than the fact on the page. That's today's signal. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com. I'm Thatcher Collins.
And I'm Nina Park. Thanks for listening.
This has been Signal from the Swarm on Neural Newscast. We document the patterns, we name the mechanisms,